What's going on, everybody? Peace, love, and happiness. It's your boy, the trippy hippie, Skavalad, coming at you with episode number 15 of the Anything and Everything podcast. How's it going? I'm sending you all good-ass energy. So take it all, embrace it all, embody it all, and believe that anything good can happen in your life, and it will. All right? So today I'm going to talk straight out of Psilocybin mushroom trip about like 2 hours ago. That's what we're going to talk about, okay? About psychedelics and how they can have an impact on your spiritual perspective, or just perspective in general on how you look at life, the way you perceive the external reality, okay? So I got 3.5 grams of golden teacher magic mushroom psilocybin, and it came a few days ago in the mail. That's how I shipped it. I think it was like canadamushrooms.ca. So check them out if you feel like learning more about yourself and tripping psychedelically, okay? And I woke up today because I know I wanted to do it today. It's nice and sunny out. You can probably see the sun hitting my water right here, eh? And I was like, okay, today's the day. So I woke up. I wanted to be in the right headspace. I was kind of feeling a little off, but I have been lately with the eclipse happening yesterday and everything going on in my life, but I knew it was time. So I decided to do almost like, I guess it's a microdose. Don't have a scale, so I didn't exactly scale it out. I used my mind, my consciousness. What do I need to take? So I think I took about like 0.7 maybe of the golden teacher, and I knew it was ready. So I took it. I was in my backyard, nice and sunny, and I'm like, okay, let's walk now. So it took about like 30 minutes to kick in, okay? I took it at like 11:45 a.m. and I started walking. And then I wanted to go to the forest. I just wanted to chill in the forest, see what it had to say to me, see what the universe had to teach me, and the magic mushrooms. And then once I got in the forest, it started really kicking in, right? You get like a light tingling sensation in your whole body. And then you want to move. You want to fucking dance. You want to ecstatically, blissfully pounce into the forest. And I'm like slowly, as it was kicking in, and looking at trees. And I just start being more patient. I start feeling the tension everywhere in my body ease away, and I become lighter. I become more present. I start wanting to look at everything like this. This isn't a real tree, but it looks like some type of bonsai thing. I'm looking at it, and I'm like, oh, thank you. I'm really having appreciation and gratitude for everything that's in my physical reality, everything that I'm seeing, perceiving with all my senses. I'm becoming grateful for all these things, right? So I went with the intention, though. You got to set an intention before you do them. So my intention was kind of like purpose and healing. Because I've been going through like a little bit of like I'm still coming out of like a dark night of the soul type of vibe, winter seasonal affective disorder, depression. Sometimes I get sadness, and instead of smoking it with weed now, I haven't smoked weed in like 2 weeks. I'm kind of just learning to heal from within, feel these emotions, heal them, and look at why these things are coming up. Why are these patterns like coming up in my life? All right. So then as the trip continues, sometimes the paranoia kicks in. It's like, oh no, I'm going to get stuck like this. Or I've posted videos, my drug-induced psychosis was I'm an amalgamation of like LSD. So obviously has psychedelic properties. Weed, Xanax, alcohol, staying up days in a row, not eating enough like proper nutrition. And I obviously don't want to go into a psychosis again. As much as the psychosis, which was exactly this time last year, basically. I was just coming to the hospital like June 1st, is very connected, I guess, to us, to source or to the universe. Is very sporadic, ungrounded, unpractical psychosis. All right. And if you've been through a psychosis, you would kind of relate to that. You'd kind of resonate with that. But I needed that psychosis. Anyways, this trip was very appreciation based. So I was very grateful for just every single thing that was in the path. And I didn't go too far in the forest. There's this huge creek that I go to. It's like a bike path. And then I go off the path a little bit. There's another path that goes into the forest. And then there's a fallen tree with some like mushrooms on it, actually. And then there's another mushroom, and mushrooms are everywhere. And I'm like, oh my gosh, it's a synchronicity, it's a sign, oh my God. But I start like just chilling. I'm sitting on this branch, on this log, for 2 hours. That was basically the whole total of the trip, and the come up at least. And then I'm just sitting there. I put on Bob Marley. I'm like, one love, one heart. These shrooms are beautiful. That kind of thing, that vibe. And I was smoking a little bit of cigarettes. I'm working, right? That's another video, but like I'm weaning off of certain things. Okay, I don't want to go all into everything and then I relapse on certain things. So I'm focusing one thing: quitting weed, which has been 2 weeks. I'm gonna go cigarettes. Now I'm back on my vape. Got the vape here, right? And slowly letting go of things that no longer serve me. And the realizations that I come across in this trip is like just gratitude, be grateful, know that everything is a purpose. Every fucking leaf, branch, twig, tree, wind, oxygen, ant, bug has a purpose. Whether or not it's sentient or not, it has life. Everything is life. Everything's alive. And be grateful for it. Be grateful for where you're at. Because I was in the middle of the forest. I had nothing on me. I had a water bottle, my backpack, a notepad. I didn't end up writing in it, and myself. And fucking Mother Nature, Mother Gaia, Mother Earth, the great outdoors, God, if you will. Get it? The great outdoors, God. Wow. Okay? And I just sat there. And then when I needed to dance, I'm like, I need to freaking move. Because sometimes you get the wiggles. You're like, I gotta dance. So then I start doing some freaking ecstatic dance. I'm like, oh. And that's how it goes, right? You might know if you've done a psilocybin before, okay? And obviously I don't condone the use of substances all the time. Even though shrooms have healing properties with the chemicals in your brain to help cure depression and mental illness, as well as very spiritual aspects to it. However you want to take that, okay? But I don't recommend everybody doing it. Even me, I was a little iffy, but you got to be confident going into it because you don't want to have a bad trip, because then that'll lead you down a not so good day, if you feel me. So I wanted to, right headspace, I'm in nature, chilling, vibing. And yes, if you feel the need to move. Do whatever you feel like the spirit is channeling through you. It's like you got to dance. Put on music, but also listen, absorb, feel. I think I was talking to myself at one point, singing music, and nobody's around. I had no care in the world. Obviously I cared about things, but I'm not worried if somebody comes. I'm like, oh, I'm just dancing. I'm a free spirit. I'm literally absorbed in the heart of nature, just living, just being, just existing. With purpose and not worrying about the future. And if it may have come up, then I would take a deep breath, get that oxygen to my head so I don't have a panic attack or feel stressful or anxious. And that's why you got to breathe through this, and it's going to pass, right? This too shall pass. If you have any an eerie or an uncomfortable feeling, figure it out, deal with it, face it. Because then you'll become so much more stronger, so much more tough if you get certain feelings in life. And these are the realizations I kind of came to, right? Although it was a small kind of microdose, you could say, right? I really just learned presence, be patient, slow down, look and observe, and don't just observe with your eyes, right? Feel with your third eye, feel with your body, your feelings, your hands. I was looking at my hands, and obviously I didn't get super trippy, but just the lines, everything is so detailed so perfectly and intricate. Yet, and our bodies, right, the way they work, I was pissing. And I'm looking, I'm like, how is this piss working? Yes, I know. It's your systems in your body, right? But, who created all of this? All these creations, how can I just drink the water and it flows through me? I'm peeing, okay? Now I'm dancing. Now I'm laughing. Now I'm having fun. I'm loving. And that's where it all comes down, just love. Everything is just love. That's all it is, pure love. But with what's going on in this world for thousands of years, probably, I'd assume, right? There's things that take us off course from that pure essence of love, but we can always come back to it. We can always come back to the bliss, the happiness, the joy, the pleasure, because it's in us. That's how it is, right? You can change just like that. If you're having a bad day, you can change, and with the practice, you'll be able to alchemize this situation, find the good and the bad, but also feel better instantly, without the need for a substance or an escape, certain things like that, and just be. And even if you are sad, don't take that on as you. Take that on as an indication of something that's going on, and then use spiritual tools that are on your belt to figure out why and to become better, alchemize that situation, right? Learn from it, grow from it, and don't let it take control of you. You take control of the situation. And the more present, the more calm, peaceful, the more you are in your body, the more you can adjust and adapt for your benefit and for the benefit of everything in the experience in that moment, right? And you can literally like just overcome anything, right? And you can feel better as you practice these certain things in your life. You can just kind of be in that essence of whatever emotion or feeling you are going through, right? And then after, I think it was about 2 hours, I'm like, okay, I'm going to start going back into civilization. So I go out of the forest, I start walking, and there's people, I'm just kind of in my own body, my own mind. I'm in my own essence, my own world, right? So if somebody says, hey, I'll say, hey, how's it going, right? But I'm taking from what I've learned from that is like, everybody's going through their own journey. And I thought like, it's like, everybody has their own experiences. Like, do people see reality how I see it? I'm sure there is people that see it in the way I do, but everybody's different. Everybody has their own unique expression of how they express themselves to society, whether it be organic or inorganic, a lie or not being as authentic as they can. But it's all just coming from them. It's a place within us. It's the love. And it needs to be heard. Something needs to be heard within us. And I know like everybody's going through pain. Everybody's going through suffering. But on the other side of this pain, the suffering, the anger, the sadness, the depression, the loneliness, there's the you that's speaking to you now. That's like, you're going to get through this. You know, you have these good intentions. You have this good outlook on life. You don't know how it's going to play out. You don't know the outcome, but you have the visions and you have the dreams that are slowly becoming more vivid. So however you create them, just let that go. Let go of the outcome and live. Do what you can with the love, with the knowledge, the wisdom that you know. All your experiences have built up to this present moment that are going to decide whether or not you're going to be good or bad kind of thing, right? So be good. Choose good because love will reign supreme. Love is going to be like the forerunner of a new way of living, I guess. A life with more peace and harmony within all beings, right? And who says that like an ant isn't any more important than you or me or that fake tree right there, right? It's like everybody has its role and purpose. And I'm not going to try and impose my beliefs, somebody else or on somebody else's like free will, right? I'm going to do what I can to make people feel heard, make people be noticed, aware, loved, cared for, compassioned. I'm going to hold compassion for other people. Have compassion, be kind, be a good person, and not put myself first, like in an egoic, mind-based type of way, right? And then as I'm walking out, it's sunny still. I'm enjoying it. And yes, I get like some sad type of thoughts still, but I feel them. I'm working through them. I'm not just going to be like, oh, no, I can't feel this. This is negative. If you make peace with the pain, peace in the uncomfortable, you're going to keep going. You're going to be stronger than ever before, right? Just like if you have cold showers. It's uncomfortable as fuck to have a cold shower. You're not going to die though. So make peace with that small uncomfortableness. So when you are faced with something bigger than that, you can still have peace and harmony within yourself. And you'll respond instead of react, right? And then I end up going to my one buddy's and we chilled in the sun. It was like a perfect synchronicity. I went to his house. We bathed in the sun for like a good 20, 30 minutes. Talked, went inside his house. Had good laughs. And that's just how it is, right? And then I came home, chilled a little bit. And now I'm filming this episode. You feel me? Right? It's like everything flows. Don't be in a rush. I was always in like such a rush to do the next thing. Like even when I'm filming sometimes this, or when I'm playing basketball or working out, going for a run, walking in nature, I'm always looking for the next thing because I think it's going to be like, what, better? No. So be present, be more self-aware and be like, I'm here now. I need to be grateful for what I'm doing now. So I try and like, let's say I'm going for a walk, right? I'm aware. I'm like, okay, I'm walking right now. That's my purpose. That's what I'm doing. That's my present moment, okay? And then if you're climbing, I'm climbing right now. And then when you get to the car, oh, I'm driving right now, right? You don't have to keep saying, I'm driving right now. I'm driving right now. I'm driving right now. I'm fucking driving. No, you can just be aware. And more, like, the more you practice certain spiritual tools, right, the more aware you're going to become. And I'm not saying chase something. Like, I need to become more self-aware. I'm not as conscious as I need to be. I need to expand my mind, expand my no. You know, don't worry about how it's going to play out. Just kind of be real, be present in the moment. And if you drift off, come back to your body. Come back to your breath. And I'm here now, right? And honestly, I feel like after that experience, I feel like lighter, less stressed out, less anxious, because I know everything's going to play out how it's meant to. You know, it's like I can only control so much. But then when you let go of having the control, that's where the magic happens. In the uncomfortable, in the out of your comfort zone, right? You realize there's a bigger good power working in your favor if you have that faith and know, an inner knowing that's like everything's going to be all right. No matter what happens externally, as long as you have that, my saying, peace, love, and happiness. It's not just, there's thought into that. I just didn't start fucking saying that. It's inner peace, because without the inner peace, there's not going to be peace outside my external reality. Self-love. And just because I love myself doesn't mean I can't love you at the same time. But I got to make sure I have enough love to give you. Because if I don't have any love, it's harder to give love to somebody else. Let's be honest, right? And then happiness. I need to be happy with nothing. Like, obviously I have things and whatever, but I need to be happy with not having as many like good experiences or like no suffering. It's like I'm happy with the suffering. I'm happy with the pain. I'm taking gratitude in the moment of, oh, I'm feeling shitty. But thank you, universe, for feeling shitty, because there's always something to learn, but I'm not going to go looking for it. Because then when you go looking for it, you're going to find something you got to learn. Like, I don't know, that kind of sound like if you're looking for pain, you're going to find it. Or a lesson in pain. Like, wait till the thing arises before you start trying to find a lesson. Okay? Because if you start looking for a lesson, you're like, okay, well, clearly I went for a walk at this time because I'm meant to learn. No, just let it go. Go with the flow. Glow with the flow. And more signs, synchronicities, serendipity will come into your existence. And it'll turn out better than you thought. Just be present with it. Because it's hard to enjoy things when you're not in the now. That's when it's like the time just flew by. That's the present. Because there's no time. It's now. Now. And then you feel better, you know? And it's like, sometimes there is that empty feeling within me. And I'm going to figure it out. I'm not stressing too much about like everything though. You know, it's like you got to have fun. It's like I'm 23 almost. I'm almost 23. I'm 22 right now. Right? My birthday's June 13th. 2 weeks from now. Gemini, baby. But at some point, like, people die. Not physically. Internally. Because after, like, and I notice this myself. I see Infinite Waters, Ralph Smart talking about it. It's like people die when they're 18, but they don't get buried till they're 75. That's so true. Because when you're after high school, you don't have a ambition as much. A lot of people don't have ambition. It's kind of just like, meh. I'll go to college and I'll get a job and I'll drink once in a while and get drunk. Hi, Philip. Hi, pretty boy. And like, oh, I'm gonna like not live life to the fullest, but be reckless instead and get fucked up off all these drugs and like do stuff that's really not in alignment with what my soul wants. So the more you start following what your soul wants instead of what your ego and freaking cat hair, man. Hi. What your mind wants, then, I mean, just go for it. Go for what you truly feel like is right and start living your life. Don't start getting so negative. Don't die. Don't slowly, like, die, kill yourself because you're doing things that aren't going against your soul. You feel me? Can I kiss? Oh, you baby. You baby. Right, Phil? I appreciate you so much more. But with that being said, don't do magic mushroom, psilocybin, if you don't feel called to them, if you don't feel ready. But you also don't need psychedelics or any substance to have these like experiences, right? You can do holotropic breath work. You can do certain things, or you can just go with it and meditate, right? I just try these substances to assist, I guess, but not as like a, let's go, buddy. Not as like a means that I have to do, right? But if you want to comment down below any trips that you've had with psilocybin or LSD, anything, I'd love to hear down in the comments below. If you like this episode, I really enjoyed filming this episode. I'm not gonna lie. I'm feeling a rebirth in my energy, you know? So yeah, if you like the video, give it a thumbs up. And if you want to subscribe to this channel, I really want to start taking things more seriously, but with more fun when it comes to posting content on this channel, all right? Give it a subscribe, click, and thank you so much for coming along this journey with me. It is greatly appreciated, honestly. I'm so gratitudinal. I'm so grateful for having people watch these, if they do. If not, that's all right. So thanks again. I'm Skavalad, the Trippy Hippie. Peace.